Hello, everyone, and welcome to the World Blitz Scrabble Championship. Today is Wednesday, April 14th, 2021. It is 5 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time, but it is still 10 p.m. Tuesday night back on the west coast of the U.S., where I'm coming at you. My name is Evans Clinchy. Happy to have you with us for this broadcast. We are getting down to it. We are getting now to the final four of BlitzChamps. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is really the final frontier for these last four players. A quick look at the bracket. Your last four players remaining in the tournament are Janul de Silva, David Eldar, Edward Oculitz, and Will Anderson. Those are your last four players, and tonight we're going to watch two of them do battle. It's going to be Janul against David, the left side of your bracket, and we're going to find out which one of these two players is going on to the finals and which one is going home. Very exciting. Really looking forward to it. Can't wait to watch this series. It's going to be a best of 13 games, so the first player to win 7 games wins, and that will be that. Expecting this will take about an hour and a half or so, depending on how many games it goes. But I'm expecting a long series. These are two very good players, and I expect to have a very competitive match. It looks like David and Janul have both logged on to Woogles.io, so they should be ready in just a moment to begin play. I'm going to head over to Woogles right now, and we will be ready when they begin to kick things off. So looking forward to this for sure. Janul de Silva coming off of a big win last week. He beat Austin Shin in 11 games, 6-5. And then David Eldar had a much easier time in the last round by winning 6-0, in fact, over Andrew Fisher in the previous round. So two very strong players with a couple of very impressive wins under their belts. And now we're going to have the semifinal series, best of 13, starting in just a moment. It looks like David and Janul are both online, and they're both ready to go. So we're going to have, in just a couple of seconds, the first game of the match get underway. Really excited for this. All right, let's get to it. So, top of your screen, Deldar 182 is David Eldar. Bottom of your screen, Zugzwang is Janul de Silva. And the match begins with Eldar playing Few, F-E-U, for 12 points. All right. So we're underway. 13-game series. It's going to be a long one, but really excited. Really looking forward to this match. Let's do it. All right, Golf for 15 is the first play of the match from Janul, and it looks like not a great rack here for David, but there's some things he can do with it. All right, he plays me. That looks pretty solid. 28 points and an okay lead, but the first blank of the match goes to Janul. What can he do with that? I think Pilcrow is a word, but no spot for that, I don't think. Oh, maybe it did play, actually. Yeah, so Pilcrow would have played making Gup. A little bit of a miss there, but he gets 34 points, keeping the blank. Not too bad of an outcome for him. And, oh yeah, Cowgirl also a word. Good call. All right, so close game here, but now Janul's drawn both blanks. He's got BDIIL blank blank. I'm sure he's going to find something with this rack. Can you spell elidable like this? I think you maybe can. Maybe that's not true. Alibi, that's definitely a word. What do we think of elidable? Is that a thing? Yes, okay. But alibi is pretty strong, 72 points for that and the lead. So tough spot here for David. And another bingo for Janul now, featured for 64 and a pretty big lead. 99 points ahead, but it's Eldar on turn with a monster spot to play Zig. This looks pretty straightforward, right? Oh, we can play Zingiest instead of Zig, excuse me. 90 points instead of 68 or whatever that was. That's probably better, huh? All right, so Zingiest comes down. We got ourselves a game. Janul leads by 9. He's going to keep on scoring and balancing. Van looks pretty strong, and now the X is drawn by David. What can you do with the X here? Doesn't look like a super great board for the X. I mean, there's some okay ways to use it for a little bit of a score, but no monster plays here. There's actually not that much at all. I mean, like, got to be better than an Oxo. What's better than 20 points here? Help me out, chat. I'm not finding words tonight. Let's see here. Yeah, not a great board for the X, it looks like. He's got a rack that's pretty close to a bingo otherwise. He's got that EIORS combination that's pretty strong, but not much to be done with the X here. I guess you could play Ox here for 22. Doesn't seem great, so pretty awkward spot for David. Down by 40 points. Needs to keep scoring. Needs to keep using his time wisely as well. He's down to his last minute plus the 1 minute of overtime. All right, Rex for 38. Going for points instead of leave. IOOS, a pretty unwieldy leave, but we'll see what he can do with it. So a close game. Janul ahead by 2 points. And he's going to score pretty well with Vaw, but then Dobie for 50. Big play from David. So a very close game now. Janul is down by 17, but he's on turn. And what do you do here, down by 17? Don't see a bingo. Lunier, of course, goes nowhere. So a tough spot. I don't think... Well, I guess you could do retinol. Not a bingo, but retinol for a double-double is pretty strong. Just blow it up, score 28. You got to keep scoring in this kind of game. It's a close game. You can't guarantee a bingo on this kind of a board either, so... He plays lone for 18, keeping INOR for a leave. And Eldar bingos. This is going to get interesting here. Eldar's now up by 60. Janul's got some options. He's got this J that's very interesting. What does he do with it, though? It doesn't look like a great board for that. Okay, the J for 38 with just Jim. That looks pretty strong. So it's a 22-point game. It's now David ahead by just a little bit. And I don't think he's got a bingo here or anything, but I'm sure there's ways to just, 40 points. Keep on scoring. Nice play with that H. And it's going to block a lot of possible future bingos for Janul as well. It's getting to be a pretty difficult board at this point. Not sure what Janul can do here. He is down by 62 all of a sudden, as David has been scoring pretty well, and it's just a tough board. You got to open things up if you can, but how do you open this up? I'm looking for... I mean, you could play setting up your K. That's terrible. What do you do here? This is tough. Down by 62. It's hard to open the board and to keep scoring, which you kind of have to do both. It's very, very tough. So, just not sure what Janul can do here. He's really taking his time. Janul's been one of the faster players in this tournament, really throughout the whole event, all 12 weeks that he's played. But at this point, it's the kind of situation where you need to slow down. Because these are the kinds of decisions that can make or break your game, and right now, it seems like Janul just hasn't come up with much. What can he do here? What can he do? All right, he decides on Keno. I like the idea, opening up that part of the board a little bit, giving himself a chance to come back if he draws well. But David's just going to keep on scoring, ignoring the open spot for a bingo, and it looks like it's not going to hurt him, as Janul has not drawn that well. Also, David has a big lead on the scoreboard, up by 89 points now. Ooh, Morkin. Nice find by Andrew in the chat. Yeah, Morkin through the K looks very strong. You still got 12 tiles in the bag. After Morkin, you'd have 7. You still have a chance to come back here. 36-point play. You're kind of within one bingo striking distance. You could get a bingo to the left side or the right side of Morkin. You could even get a 9 ending in ES. That's not crazy. Okay, he plays Odd. That also does set up a lane for himself, but I think David's just going to play like probably Quays and Sod for like a lot of points and be just fine here. Yeah, so 59 puts David well ahead, and that should do it. Even if Janul bingos at this point, it will not be enough. So it looks like a win here in game 1 for David Eldar, but a long way to go in the match. This is a best of 13 series. In the previous round, all 8 players unanimously agreed to lengthen the matches, so we're going to do best of 11 for the quarterfinals, best of 13 for the semifinals, and best of 15 for the finals. Really enjoying this format as it's getting to be pretty competitive toward the end, and these players love these long series, so it's a lot of fun. All right, so game 1 does go to David Eldar. It looks like Janul just timed out, and that'll be the outcome of that one. So 1-0, David leads the series, but he's got to win 7 games to win the match. Long way to go. This was a competitive game a lot of the way. Janul actually led for a lot of the way, but David just pulled ahead. That monster bingo of Zingiest, followed by Toasties, and then a very strong scoring play with that H when he played ETH. Just too much scoring for Janul to handle. So nice game for David in game 1, but he's got to keep it up. It's a long series, long way to go. All right, on to game number 2. It'll be Janul going first this time, and he's got WHUP. Looks like a strong play, keeping AOS for a leave. And David's got not a great rack, but I'm sure there's some ways he can score and balance okay. What does he have here? Maybe a now? Yeah, he does play a now. 22 points for a now, and Doesn't look like Janul quite has a bingo. He needed that O for Pro Sommel, but no dice on that. All right, he gets Palm, and ooh, another blank for Janul. You love to see that, but what can you do with it? Difficult board to bingo on. You do have a lane here, so something like Spirula plays for 67. Or yeah, Tricula there for 66. Similar idea. They both open triple triples, so there's some risks either way. I don't think he's going to get hit too hard, though, looking at what David's got on his rack. CD, LN, OTZ. What can you really do with it? Doesn't seem great for David. He's down now by 49, and he's going to have to find a way to... I don't know if he wants to use the triple lane at all. He doesn't really have a word there. He doesn't have much of anything. I mean, I guess he could just play like Cuz through the U and score 28 and try to draw a vowel or two. It's not great. Oh yeah, Codlin, that's a word. Or he goes with Luz. Okay, 24 points. If he can draw like one vowel, he'll be in business a little bit, but not easy to do apparently. All right, so for Janul, he's got the X. He could just play Tix right away if he or Taxi even if he wants to just take out that triple and score a little bit with the X. Seems pretty reasonable. You probably don't want to leave that triple any longer than you have to. What else is there to think about besides just something like Taxi? I think I would probably play Taxi pretty quickly. Okay, he does play it. 30 points for Taxi. And it actually blocked Centroed through the R for David, but he does get Kanji'd instead. Nice play. And so David continues to score a little bit and keep himself within striking distance here. Certainly a long way to go in this game. Anything can happen. So Janul is ahead by 19, and he's on turn. And I'm sure he's got something here. What does he have? I'm looking through this C for some kind of 5-letter word. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, this might be a little bit of a harder position than it looks. Seems like David should have, or Janul, sorry, should have some kind of scoring play. Oh, Kidges, that's very nice. 36 points for Kidges. It does open the board perhaps more than he'd want to, but I don't think he's going to get punished too much for that because David's rack is not very good. So Kidges scored 36, putting Janul 55 points ahead, and David's just not drawing that well right now. He's got the Q, and it seems like a pretty hard board on which to unload that Q. What's he really supposed to do with it? He just plays Hank, holding onto the Q for later, and Janul is ahead now by 22. He doesn't have a great rack, but I'm sure he can do something with... Yeah, okay, he plays Booty. Pretty low scoring, only 14 points, but David's still drawing poorly. And he's just got no plan at all for that Q, it seems like. All right, he'll play it for 25, not bad. And Iotic, nice play by Janul, and fast. 27 points. Keeping ERU for a leave. Oh, Kidge is an adjective, doesn't take an S. Good catch in the chat. Yeah, Kidge is a phony, but David let it go. Wow. And now Janul bingo, so he leads by over 100 now. Crustier puts him up by 103. David's going to keep on scoring, though. 42 points for Fanny. He's still in this thing. If he can draw well, that looks like no bingo, but I'm sure he can score something with it. Is there anything... You'd love to have like a high-scoring 6-letter word into this E. Oh, female, that's a word. You could play female for 38, keeping RT. That's not bad. Of course, that exposes a whole bunch of stuff on row 15 for your opponent. As far as Janul's concerned, he just needs to keep scoring. I mean, he's already ahead by 89 points. He's probably going to gain 10 more when David goes over time soon. All right, so female does come down, but Janul's ahead by 53 plus whatever he scores this turn. It's going to be a pretty good lead for Janul still. Really, any play here is reasonable. Vega, as long as you put a V here, yeah, you're just cutting off bingos for your opponent. That's a pretty strong idea for Janul. 82-point lead. You just killed off the best bingo line on the board. There are still some ways for David to bingo, but you just took out the best one. Ooh, it's a one-tile fishing play from David. 7 points for just the G, and oh, wow. Janul bingos, that'll do it. So, David Eldar, a big fan of that resign button, and indeed he will click it. Called that one, didn't I? All right, so 1-1. We are all tied up in the match. David takes game 1, but Janul comes right back and wins game 2. Pretty nice match so far. Both players playing pretty well, and Janul de Silva gets a split in the first two. 11 games to go. It's a best of 11 from here. So, pretty interesting game here. Janul pulled ahead with Trisula to give himself a little bit of a lead, and just David had to wade through some difficult racks, and Janul just kept on outrunning. In the end, he gets down that final bingo and drives the final dagger. So we got ourselves a 1-1 tied series. Just taking a look at this bracket again, you saw that David Eldar had a pretty dominant run on the way to this match. He beat Matthew O'Connor in the first round of the playoffs, 5-1, and he beat Andrew Fisher, a world-class expert, 6-0 in the previous round. So Eldar has been very, very, very strong, but for some reason I believed that Janul was going to make this a close match, and so far I've been proven right. It is 1-1 so far. I got a lot of faith in Janul. I've been watching him play throughout these playoffs. He's been very strong, and so far he has lived up to that. We got ourselves a tied series, 1-1, and anywhere between, 6 and 11 games still to go. We shall see how many. All right, let's get back to the board. Game number 3 gets underway right now, and it is Eldar going first. He plays Dildo for 18. Nice play. And it looks like Myriness and Rhyminess are the bingos here. Either one of them would be a double-double for 90 points. See if Janul can find one of those. Yeah, so Myriness and Rhyminess, those are your plays. Either one of them would be fine. But the fact that Janul's taken a while worries me. Because if you know those words and see them, you want to just play one quickly. And Janul's definitely the type to play quickly when he sees the best play. Oh, and he does find it. All right, so Myriness, he finds after a few seconds. And it does come down. So a nice start for Janul de Silva. 90-18, early lead. And unfortunately, snogging just barely doesn't fit. Oh, noggings. Is that a word? I am not sure at all. Noggings. Bot says yes. Bot is going to be confirming that. All right, so 65 for Eldar. And looks like Draftee is the play here for Janul, unless I'm missing an 8-letter bingo. I don't think I am. Oh, no, I am missing an 8-letter bingo. Redefeat is a word. So yeah, redefeat here triples the F. That's 72. That's probably better than playing Draftee for a very low scoring 7. Or Federate, that works too. 72 points for Federate. All right, so nice play by Janul, and it's back to David with kind of a difficult spot here. Down by a solid bingo score, 74 points, and all these one-pointers you can't really do much with. So he leaves that triple open. He plays Touty, keeping IR as his leave, and ooh, he gets hit. Xenon for 60, but Vitiator comes right back. Nice bingo by David. We got ourselves a game. Janul's only up by 37 now. He's also on turn. I'm sure he's going to score something this turn. Yeah, Juan for 32 looks pretty strong, and David has drawn kind of an awkward rack. I'm sure he can score with it, but not going to bingo anytime too soon. What can you do with this? I mean, just Duty is like reasonable looking at first glance. 24 points for that, and takes out the triple and balances the leave a little bit. Seems not bad. Let's see here. What else could David do? You got hotspots for your H and your Y. Like it could go here at I9. It could go here at N10. There's plenty of ways to use these tiles. Oh, yield. Oh, wait. Yield doesn't go there because RL isn't a thing. Oh, you're saying into the D. That makes way more sense because he doesn't have a D. Okay. 27 points for yield. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, he plays Yite. 39. That's a very good score. I didn't see that one. All right, so nice play by Eldar, and it's back to Janul here. 30-point lead. Let's see here. Mulked. Just a 20-point play. Keeping SW. Kind of an awkward leave, but he'll score something with that W, I'm sure. You could get really lucky and draw a bingo. We'll see. All right, so Eldar's down by 50. And he's got, still this triple is open. Not really sure what he can do with it. I guess like Dobie or something. That'd be 30 points. Don't love it, but not sure what's better. Hold. Ooh, doubly for 38. Very nice. And now Eldar's drawn the blank. He's going to play Botchas, keeping AP blank. He scores 51. So Eldar has the lead and the blank on his rack. Looking pretty good for him now. Janul's going to just go for a good bingo leave. He's got AEST. Eldar draws the Q. I don't think he wanted to see that. What do you do with the Q on this board? You play Capique. Ooh. Wait a minute. Capique? Capique. Oh, yeah, that's a word. Okay. Capique for 26. His leave is EH blank. That bingoes fairly often, I think. EH blank goes well with this C for a floating tile. You're probably going to get something through there. What does he have? Chlorine doesn't quite fit. He's got horrible. That's a horrible play. What does he have through this C? Oh, yeah, aerolift. That's a word. Good call. Is there anything through the C that actually fits? Ooh, heroically. That's pretty cool. So definitely a spot where David can take his time and find the best play, but don't take too much time. He's got 17 seconds. He does lose the 10 points when he goes over and uses the extra minute. I've noticed that Janul has a lot this tournament managed to avoid using that extra minute and keep his 10 points. That's one of the benefits of playing fast, is you don't lose those 10 points. So Janul kept ERSTV for his leave. He could also bingo if that floating A in Botcha stays open. That's probably his best chance to get a bingo down. So David really taking his time here. All right, he comes up with Aerolith for 74, and Starver is a bingo that doesn't fit anywhere for Janul. 2 tiles in the bag. It's going to be hard to fish for anything in a way that opens the board for yourself. I mean, there's not a lot of opportunities to bingo. Just look around, like where are you going to fit some kind of bingo here. That's right, Aerolith on stream. There you go. There is literally Aerolith on this stream right now. Love to see it. Yeah, Bolshier would have been better. It looks like David didn't see that one. But Aerolith is 74, and it should be enough to win. I guess the one benefit of Aerolith over Bolshier is that it blocks more bingos. All right, so Airy for 6. He's got the V for very, but not a lot of words ending in V, obviously. David draws the other blank, and the Z as well. He's got all sorts of fun stuff. He could just play, oh yeah, there you go, Zion and Neri, 84 points, and that should do it. Janul resigns, and David takes game 2. Or game 3, excuse me. So we are alternating so far. David wins game 1, Janul game 2, and now David takes game 3. It is 2 games to 1 in favor of David Eldar. But, ooh, Vertebra, that would have been cool. Yeah, it would have played through the B and Botchas. I see that. That's interesting. If we just take a quick look at what Janul had. So to draw a vertebra, he would need to fish the S and then draw the E. Yeah, it's not bad. You can even fish the S here for 31 points, and I don't know. Maybe that works. Great thing about a fish for a word like vertebra is that it's very hard to block for your opponent. I don't even think David's going to look through that B very often, especially in Blitz where you don't really have time to look for like every single possible bingo, and you've got to kind of go with your instincts more. Yeah, that fish might have worked. So it looks like in actual real life, the bag contained PN, so no E, but definitely worth trying. That's cool. All right, so we're waiting on David and Janul to begin game number 4. Currently 2 games to 1. David leads the series, but a long way to go, definitely. Janul, no stranger to crazy comebacks. We saw him down 2-0 against Austin Shin last week. Battled back by winning 5 in a row. Went from down 2-0 to up 5-2. So definitely Janul capable of going on a run, even against a world-class player. That is exactly what he did last week. It was pretty shocking to see Janul eliminate Austin last week. Austin had the run of the tournament before that. I mean, he was just unbeatable, going 8-1, 9-0 against everybody, even very strong players. And just it all came crashing down when Janul went on a run last week. So Janul was definitely capable of being a giant killer in this tournament. So waiting on Janul and David for game 4. But it's been a good series so far. Really enjoying these games. Janul playing very, very fast, but, you know, Eldar just finding some big plays. Just looking at this game, I mean, Doubly was a very nice high-scoring play that he found. Vitiator, a really cool bingo that he found within, like, 1.6 seconds. Nogging's a word that not a lot of people would have known. I certainly didn't. So, really impressive play from David, and he is now leading the series 2 games to 1. Just a reminder about the... Oh, never mind. No reminder about the bracket. Let's talk about Game 4. Game 4 starts now, and it is Janul going first. He plays Flit for 24, and kind of an awkward draw for David to start. 2 I's, the V and the W. Not great for him. What can he do? Let's see. Yeah, this is not easy. He plays Vowel for 22, and looks like Alastor is the bingo drawn by Janul. So he's going to get that down for 68. And another early lead for Janul de Silva. He's been doing well at getting the first bingo in these matches, and see if he can stay ahead this time. It's going to be tough. Looks like David almost has Mounier. He's like he's got the wrong vowel, 1 vowel off from it. What does he actually have in real life? Not sure if there's really very much. Yeah, this is rough. Not seeing words. Could do like Neve for 16. That's terrible. What? Imine, that's much better. 26 points for Imine, and oh wow, Exogens. 90-point bingo of Exogens right out of the bag. What are you going to do? That is just brutal. So a tough start for David. He's now down 187 to 48. I don't think he's got a bingo here, although you might want to just slow down and look just to be sure. Looks like Tautomer just doesn't quite fit. It would make a phony TU. Yeah, Tautomer, almost playable. I don't think David's got anything here. Needs the end for Route Man. Yeah, all sorts of stuff that he almost has but doesn't quite. He can certainly do well to just like score, and you know, MU is 30, keeping a good leave, or an okay leave anyway. So he's certainly not dead or anything, but he needs to make something happen fast. Ooh, Mature for 51. Very nice find. I didn't see that at all. Beautiful play. Double-double. Overlapping all the things. 51 points for that, and David is still down by a lot, but that is a nice play to get him a little bit closer. And it's back to Janul, whose Tardive won't play, but he just plays Diva for 39. Very nice scoring play, and he is up by a whole bunch. 127-point lead. Kind of a weird draw for David, but we'll score some points for him, I'm sure. What does he have here? I'm not really seeing much. This is tough. This is tough. I don't think just Joe is that good. 23 points. Doesn't seem like the play. You could play Benj. Of course, setting up your Y for Benji. Not actually a word. Don't play that. But yeah, 26 points would be not bad. All right, Boig for 28, keeping the J. So David's going to hope that some sort of J play materializes later. Looks like there's not much for the J on the board currently. All right, Turi for 23. Janul just keeps on scoring. And Eldar fishes away his H, but he's still got a pretty strange leave to work with. He played that H, keeping DGIJNR. 100-point game. Janul is in great shape. He's just going to keep scoring and not open the board. Jedi is played by David, but yeah, just play push, take out the S-hook, score a bunch, and Janul is in great shape. 150-point lead for Janul de Silva here. Looking to tie up the match 2-2, and he's in good shape to do it. Let's see, what can David... David's pretty low on time as well. 20 seconds plus the minute overtime. He plays Awa for 28. And I don't think this is a bingo. No, it's not. But, ooh, look at all those push words. Very cool. Push back, push bike, push chair. Oh, fun stuff. All right, so Ops for 32, and David is drawn well, but I'm not seeing like a high scoring bingo. Like you don't really want to play. Oh, he just plays Upgird. So rather than bingo, which he could have done, he plays Upgird instead, opening the triple. Deacidal, if Janul can find that one, it's GG, but not the easiest bingo to find, especially in Blitz. Yeah, Deacidal would be 86 and a guaranteed resign from Eldar if you can find that bingo. But not an easy word. You don't need to bingo necessarily. You're probably 130. Just kill that triple, and really any valid word that kills that triple, you're going to be fine. Like, even if you don't see Deacidal, something like Acid is totally fine here. You are well ahead, and you're killing the one place David needs to come back. So, not that hard of a position to win here. Just got to play a valid word pretty much. He's got plenty of time. I wonder if he recalls seeing a bingo in those 8 tiles, but he doesn't remember what it is, and he's trying to find Deacidal in his brain. All right, he just plays Cade, which is, not the best play, but totally fine. And yeah, David just resigns after seeing the triple is blocked. So, resignation in game 4 from David, and we are all tied up 2-2. Looking like a long series. Let's update that scoreboard for you right now. It was 1-2, and now it's 2-2. Got ourselves a competitive match. Janul de Silva has had a very nice run through this tournament so far. Another look at the bracket. He beat Jacob Teitelbaum 5-3 in the first round of the playoffs, and then Austin Shin last week 6-5, going the full distance in an 11-game series. So impressive run for Janul, and now he is tied up with David 2-2. The next 9 games will determine who goes on to the finals. Winner of this match will play the winner between Edward Oculitz and Will Anderson. Those two guys are doing battle in about 3 days' time from now. It'll be Friday night, Will's time in the U.S., Saturday morning, Edward's time in Melbourne, Australia. How can he resign that? I think he can resign that because he's down by 151 points. I don't know if there's anything more complicated to say than that. I think he's just down by a lot of points. I mean, I guess he could draw something. I don't know. All right, so on to game 5. And Pirogue, nice play by David, 24 points. And back to Janul here. Needed a T for cathexis. Didn't get that, unfortunately. All right, Hex for 31. And David has kind of a strange rack. I don't see a great way to use... Actually, wait, Mog. That's how you use the M and the G. Yeah, Mog's a great play. 30 points, nice high-scoring overlap. And it's back to Janul, who is down by 23 here. Yeah, interesting point about spending energy. A best of 13 series, you don't want to use too much brain power and tire yourself out. I think David wants to focus on the games that are winnable. It's an interesting point. David has been the most gung-ho out of anybody in this tournament about playing long series. I asked him if he wanted to play best of 15. He's like, let's play best of 30, best of 40, best of 50. He was all about the longer series. He wants as long as possible. So I don't think David is afraid of burning out or anything, but he also doesn't want to waste his time in a game that's not winnable for him. All right, so low tie, 14 points for David, just kind of cleaning out duplicate tiles, keeping ALT for a leave, not too bad. And we got ourselves a fairly low-scoring game here, 68-51, neither player bingoing yet. Janul just scoring 24 and carrying on. Neither player drawing that well yet. Looks like Diarize, Airside. Janul's going to get the first bingo now. So a chance here for Janul to win game 5 and go up 3-2. And so far he is putting himself in an okay place. He's going to have the first bingo. Oh, he goes for Planta. Nice, finding the A-hook on Plant. Not always easy to see. So Diaries and Planta for 76. Nice play. And it's back to David. Jog looks pretty obvious here. Yep. Jog for 31. And no bingo for Janul. He would need like an I for Driblets or something. Doesn't have that. You could do like Dib. That's pretty fishy though. Blad, keeping ERST. Very strong leaf if you can hit something. You're going to be in good shape. Janul already up by 51, and he draws Wreaths. And does it play? I think Wreaths has anagrams, right? Wreaths, Swather, and Thawers. So Swather plays for the most points because he doubled the W. 89 points for the double W bingo. That looks like the best play, but looks like there's a couple of ways that Janul can bingo here. You can also play Thawers in the same spot. That also doubles the high scoring consonant. Thawers is also 89. All right, Swather is the choice. Nice play by Janul, and he's up by almost 100 now. But look at David just scoring well and 54. But again, Janul draws both blanks. Wow. Second time we've seen him draw both blanks at once this match. And he's going to score 64 with the Z, keeping blank blank. Unbelievable. Janul is in a great position here. Up by 119 with both blanks on his rack. Oh yeah, nice point by Scrabbler in the chat that when David played Fat, he was setting up his own Y. That's very cool. So his rack was, I don't know what his rack was. It was FATENSY, and he kept the Y. Very cool. All right, probably going to see a bingo here from Janul. He's got louvered is one example of a word here from the L, but just like any kind of valid 8-letter word with this L in it, and you are in great shape. Louvered would be 66. Something like that seems pretty reasonable. You could also do redouble. I mean, there's a million things you could do. I'm just kind of calling out the first ones I see. Yeah, delouser, that'll work as well. And probably this is where David resigns, but we'll see. Yeah, he does. All right, so 3-2. Janul de Silva takes the lead. This is getting pretty interesting. And we shall see if David's got a comeback in store. Wouldn't put it past him, that's for sure. But right now it is Janul 3, David 2. Feel free to sound off in the chat with your predictions. You think Janul's going to win this thing, or is David coming back? Obviously a long way to go. It is still a very long series from here. But Janul's got to be happy with how he's done so far. Winning the first 3 games out of 5 and putting himself in position to perhaps win this thing. We'll see. It's going to be a very competitive Final Four all around. Already got a great series here with Janul and David, and I'm really, really looking forward to Edward Oculitz and Will Anderson. That's going to be happening Friday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time in the U.S. That's Will's time zone, and I believe it's 11 a.m. Saturday morning in Melbourne, Australia for fans of Edward. All right, on to Game 6 here with Janul and David, and it is Furka, 28-point play to open for Janul. And the X shows up on David's rack. What can he do with this X? Not really sure what he's got here. Okay, Murex, nice play. 36 points for Murex, but another blank for Janul. He's been drawing quite a few of those. And what can he do with it? I don't think he's got any 5L8s that are playable this turn. But I'm sure there's ways that he can just keep on scoring and just... I think Chia looks pretty strong here. Score 31. Oh, Chow, even better. Play an extra vowel. And so Janul's up by 24, and he's got a pretty good leave. EO blank. Ooh, what has he drawn here? So nice play of Figo for 45 from David. And, okay, he just plays B, and now we're going to see a bingo from Janul. Oh, did I say 6 Eastern? Sorry, yeah, Becky corrected me. Yeah, that's right. It's 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time in the U.S. Friday night is when Will's playing Edward. All right, so QI, the pretty obvious play for David here, and he does make it. 35 points for that. We got ourselves a close game. Janul is down by 36, but he's almost certainly going to bingo. I see Nosebags. That looks like a very strong option as it triples your B. Oh, Bemoans. Okay, not quite as good as Nosebags, but it does score 73. Not bad. Ooh, almost Ben off ease. That would have been really cool. Yeah, through the OF. I see what you're saying. That's cool. All right, so Janul leads by 37, but it's David on turn. And he's got this rack with the V and the W. I'm sure he can score something here. Okay, just Vow. Going for a little bit of a leave balancing kind of play. ADINT. Not a great leave. You do have this G. A lot of times you hit an ING bingo into that G. And sure enough, he draws tradings. There's his ING bingo. But it looks like Janul's going to bingo back. Actually, can he on this board? Can't fit Strangle. I don't think you could fit any 7-letter word either. Oh, Largens and Scope. Scope is a word. Good job. All right, so Janul takes the lead by 40 points, but it's David on turn. He's got the J and fairly balanced rack with some interesting scoring tiles on it as well. Looks pretty good. What does he have, though? Maybe just Myri. Just play Myri here and just hold on to your J for later. That would score 30. Oh, Jur. That's 42. Even better than 39. And Pluki. Is Pluki a word? I'm not even sure if it is. Yeah, Pluki shows up, but I don't think there's a spot for Pluki. Ooh, Coel, 34. Not bad, not bad. All right, so both Ys drawn by David. Well, he already had one. He drew the second one, that is. And I'm not seeing where he can put the Ys for that good of a score. You can play Yi. Okay, or W-E-Y. Similar idea. 30 points either way. And then Privado, another non-playable bingo for Janul here. You can't really rely on bingo possibilities on this board. You just got to keep scoring what you can. Yeah, A-Pod for 31 seems like a fine play. Janul pulls a little bit ahead, but David just keeps on scoring points. Mayo is 43 and the lead. David leads by 10. Very close game here. 20 tiles still in the bag. Long way to go. The Z is on Janul's rack. There's an interesting Z hotspot here at 2J. You don't have a vowel yet that goes there. You need an A, E, or O. You could try fishing for that vowel. You could just play something else, holding on to the Z for later, maybe. It's just a hard, like you could play what? Horn? That's not very good, right? It's only 14 points, and there's no guarantee that you draw the vowel you need. It's a really risky way to play. The other option is just to play the Z right away. Like Zell is not that bad, 32 points. I'm not sure which one I would choose between something like Horn and something like Zell. They're both, wow, he just exchanges. Okay. Really going for maximum Z play possibilities. He is going to get the ZA play for 64, but David's going to bingo. Wow. So David bingos, and it blocks Janul's bingo. Gaudiest would have played for Janul, but instead David bingo's there. 76 points for inherits, and David is in great shape here. 7 in the bag. Ooh, GUE setting up a GUE, but David draws the blank. So Wit is going to kill off a lot of bingos, and also David has that blank on his rack. It looks like David's in good shape. Oh, Scoper isn't a word. Wow. Good call by Puneet in the chat, calling out that phony that David got away with. So it was really a crucial swing in the game there where he played Scoper, opening up a bingo lane, and then he bingos into it. If Janul had seen Scoper and challenged it off, it would have been a whole different game. But as it is, David gets the win, Janul resigns, and we're going on to Game 7 all tied up, 3-3. This has been quite the match. I would say so far, David has been the one playing better. Like, Janul's had some misses, but I think Janul's time pressure has really made things hard for David. You're just looking at how fast Janul's been playing, it puts a lot of pressure on the opponent when you play like that. So, I mean, it's really two different ways to play Blitz. Like, you can have the most accurate play, you can have the fastest play, and sometimes the faster play wins out. Has anyone challenged anything off yet? I think no. I think no. I think there's been, two phonies, right? Kidges and Scoper. And they both stayed on. Both played by David, by the way. Janul's played Valid Words. All right, so Game 7, all tied up 3-3. This is a best of 13. That's a best of 7 from here. Who can win 4 out of the next 7 and win this match? All right, board for 16, played by Janul de Silva. David has got a pretty good rack. Not going to bingo right away, but yeah, Aft looks pretty good, 21, keeping both S's, and Integral comes down. David's going to bingo back, I'm pretty sure. What's he going to play here? Tempests, or, oh, Empaises, very cool word, 94-point double-double, and David takes the lead. But Janul's got the Z. I'm sure he can do something with that. Oh, was Kidges Janul? I thought Kidges might have been... who can remember these things? If I trust you. All right, Chut. C-H-U-T comes down from Janul. And David's got the X. What's he going to do with it? Ooh, X side. Nice play. 48 points for that. But then there's the Z play from Janul. And Terrapin. Big bingo from David. 83, but I think we're going to see Janul bingo right back. What's the best bingo here for Janul? Where's the best spot to bingo for Janul? I'm not seeing like a great, 85, 90 play anywhere, but yeah, this is tough. Where's the best place to bingo? Are there any cool 9s from the D through the A? Probably not. Okay, Janul played Kidges. Thanks for correcting me. That's good to know. All right, so both players have gotten away with one phony 6-letter hook on a 5-letter word. All right, Trionyms, very nice. Didn't see that spot for a bingo. Nice play by Janul, and he takes a small lead, but then David takes it right back. 39 points for David, retaking the lead, and it's kind of a strange draw, to say the least, for Janul de Silva here. 2 Gs, an F, a Q, and a W. What are you going to do with that? Very tough. Janul's been pretty eager to exchange, we've seen in this match already. He just, if he's got a bad rack, he'll just throw it away quickly and not think too hard. He might do that again here. Is there a spot for like Gauf or something? I'm not really seeing a great place to play that. Oh, Gauffer, there you go. The Q is actually not that bad. You get this Q spot here for QI at 14N. If you can draw an I, you are definitely in business, and there are 4 of them out there that you could draw. Doesn't draw one, though. So, still not a great place for the Q here for Janul. He's down by 39. And I don't think he's going to play the Q. I mean, you could just play... I was going to say Bag. Yeah, Bane, that's pretty good, too. 34 points for Bane. David hogging all those I's, apparently. Janul, again, needs that I for QI. It would score 44 if he got it down. Whoops, sorry for zooming in. Didn't mean to do that. All right, so Quakey instead. 50 points for Quakey. Nice Q play for Janul. And now Janul has the lead, but only by a little bit. And it is David on turn. So it's Janul by 27. Still 12 tiles in the bag. Not really a very good high scoring rack for David. What can he do to play through this? I mean, like, something like Danio is 21. But you're leaving this triple open for your opponent. If just Janul can score something reasonable in that spot. Yeah, Jamote looks strong. 27, leaving 3 in the bag, and Janul has the lead by 30 points here. Yeah, Lionoid is a word. Did it play anywhere, though? I didn't see. As far as I know, there was no spot for Lionoid. All right, Jaw is 36 points for David. He takes the lead by 6. But Raviolis for the bingo. Wow. Janul with a clutch bingo with 1 in the bag is going to steal Game 7. Look at that. 474, 418, and all that's left for David to do is find a bingo, but I don't think he's got one. Just looking around, there is no way. Yep. Looking like Janul de Silva is going to be up 4-3 here. Delicious comeback. There you go. Very delicious bingo. Raviolis are tasty, and yeah, looking like a solid game for Janul. I'm sure Jennifer's enjoying this game. There's a tasty ravioli, and there's also a turtle. What's not to like? So final seconds are ticking away here for David. Not really much you can do. Ooh, Tilancia. That is a very cool word. All right, not going to be a thing, though. David resigns, and it is on to Game 8 with Janul de Silva leading David Eldar 4-3. This is going to be a very close match all the way down. I'm calling that now. Janul leads 4-3. He's been playing very, very fast and very, very well. I mean, Trianos was a nice play. He did a nice job playing through that difficult rack to play Gauffer. I mean, if you don't see the word Gauffer, you're just going to be screwed there. But, I mean, he finds Gauffer, which is a nice play. He doesn't panic with the Q. He just eventually draws the Q play that he needs and plays it. Just a great job by Janul navigating a very difficult game. And Janul de Silva gets the win here in Game 7. He leads 4-3. But yeah, just another look at that spot where he played Gauffer. I mean, you're just looking at that position. He's got E, F, G, G, O, Q, W. There's really just not much at all you can do with that rack. I'm looking at the analyzer now. If you don't find the play Gauffer, you're just going to be in real trouble. Like you can play Fog, like keeping E, G, Q, W. Oh, Walk. That's maybe the other play you could consider there is Walk for 27. But I mean, just racks like that are so ugly, and it's just hard to find the best play. And just Janul has been able to find plays so fast. It's been impressive stuff. All right, let's get to game number 8. MM, the opening play from Janul, and Nanua for David. Pretty low scoring so far, 15-12. Yeah, Janul's representing the Chipmunks well. Yeah, Janul played in Group C in pool play, the Chipmunk group. It was Janul and Jesse Day who advanced out of that group to the playoffs. Jesse finishing just a few spread points ahead of Janul for first place. I believe they were both 8-1 in their 9 matches. Jesse's only loss was to Janul, in fact. All right, so 47-35. Close game early on. Neither player bingoing yet. And Janul's got an unplayable Q. Don't love to see that. That's right. Will represents the Emu as well. There you go. There are 4 groups left with a player in the tournament representing them. We got one Buffalo and Edward. We got one Aardvark and David. And we got the emu and the chipmunk. All right, 79 to 64. Close games so far. Really, neither player breaking through that much. It is David on turn, ahead by a little bit. Evo looks pretty strong. That is a nice play. 30 points. He's got a little bit of a lead, and there's really not that much that Janul can do right now with these tiles. Oh, maybe Vonti is the best play here. Just blow it all up and score 28. Yeah, and he does do that. Nice play. So, still close here. 109-92. Neither player breaking it open just yet. David's taking a little bit of time on this rack, which looks pretty justifiable. Not really any star plays that stand out. He's going to play Bavin. That looks pretty good. Keeping Tip, TIP as a leave. Might draw something with that. And there's a blank for Janul. Not a very good rack with it, though. 24 points for O looks pretty strong. And now David's got something. Oh, nice play. Dop overlapping to make tamed. I didn't see that spot. That's a very nice play. And now it's back to Janul, who's down by 47. He plays Uoi. Seems reasonable, keeping IT blank. He'll try to bingo next turn. If he can draw something, he's right back in this game. We'll see. Right now, it is David to act, and I'm not seeing any great options for him here. Looking at this triple at H1 and just not seeing a play at all, really. Yeah, that's tough. Not a lot of other hotspots on this board at all that you can use. I mean, maybe just hit 20 points, keeping GILR. Not a great option, but then again, what is? Difficult spot. David does lead by a little bit here, up by 31. But that is not a very big lead, and as we know, Janul's got the blank on his rack. He will be ready to pounce, I would imagine. I'd imagine that IT blank bingo is probably half the time or more. It is pretty likely that Janul's got something here. All right, lighter comes down, and what does Janul have with this rack? I don't see a spot for a 7 like Destiny. But I'm looking at this E. I don't think there is anything through the E. Oh, Stymie making slider. There you go. Very nice play by Janul de Silva. 104. But then David scores 47 right back and ties the game exactly. 236 to 236. We cut ourselves a close game, that's for sure. If Janul wins this one, he's up 5 games to 3. He's going to put Eldar in a tough spot. But Eldar's got a lot of fight left in him. Tie score right now. Edict, holding on to the Z. That's pretty interesting. The Z is pretty likely to yield a high-scoring play eventually. Especially with the new words like ZE, there's a lot of potential for that Z to score a lot. David's going to fish here. He plays Huey for 6. And there's another blank for Janul. He's drawn both of them this game. What does he have here? Zap, keeping AGR blank. So he's up by a bingo. Ooh, but David bingos for 94 with bolides. Very nice play. And I don't think Janul has anything just yet. There's still 6 in the bag. He can definitely fish for a bingo. He's only down by 31, Janul is. If you want to get real crazy, you can play Zek, but I don't think that's the play because there's another S unseen to you. But something that opens the triple like, oh, Zerk, wow, 51, very nice. So Janul is going to be 20 points ahead here, and he's got the blank on his rack. I'm not sure if David can really do much to block. I'm also not sure if he wants to block. He's behind on points. He just plays raw, and I see strategy as a bingo here for Janul. He might have other ones as well. This is the first one that jumped out at me. Strategy would be 62, and that would probably win. He does find it. Nice play. 62 points for strategy, and it looks like Janul de Silva is going to be ahead here. 5 games to 3. Wow. David resigns. So, David Eldar, a big favorite, a lot of people would say, going into this match, but Austin Shin was a favorite last week as well, and you saw what happened to him. Janul is a giant killer, and he's already beaten Jacob Teitelbaum. He's already beaten Austin Shin, and now David Eldar is in real trouble against Janul as well. 5-3, Janul leads the match. We got 5 games to go, and Janul just needs to win 2 out of the 5 to close out this match and eliminate David Eldar. Very tough spot for David to be in here, but then again, David is one of the best players in the world, and if there's anybody that can come back, it is him. So, not going to count him out by any stretch of the imagination. 5 games to 3 so far, but a long way still to go. If Janul can win the next one, then he's going to be really on the brink of winning this thing. But if David wins the next game, it's 5-4, and then it's really anybody's series. So definitely not counting anybody out just yet, but it is 5 games to 3, a crucial swing game in Game 8, and Janul takes it. Just a clutch draw of that second blank, and luckily he has that spot available for strategy. I was just looking at that position for David when he played Ra. I mean, you look at this position, there's 4 tiles in the bag. You're down by 20 points. I don't blame him for playing Ra. There just isn't really much that you can do. You can't assume that your opponent has the blank and is going to bingo, and you can't play scared. You got to keep scoring. You're down by 20, so it's a very tough spot. You know he'll only resign once more. That's actually not necessarily true, because we have seen players resign the final game of the match many times. But we'll see. Twice more tops, I'll give you that. But yeah, there's been, I want to say several of these matches have ended in players resigning the final game. All right, on to Game 9. David Eldar is first, and he will just exchange 3. And he plays... Sorry, Janul plays Hulk, and now it's David to play. So I don't think there's a bingo available here for David. And I'm not seeing a great way to play. Actually, you have Hulky, so you can play like Levy and Hulky. That looks pretty strong. I was going to say I don't see a great scoring play, but that's probably pretty great, huh? Levy does indeed come down, 35 points for that, and it looks like not a very good draw for Janul here. I guess you could just play Penned. GILN's not too bad. Yeah, he does play Penned, 13 points for that. And I see lettuce is a word that David has. What else here? Maybe not very much else. Oh, lettuce and Pendu. Didn't see the spot for that. Yeah, 76 points for lettuce in that spot. But Rundling comes down. And I would imagine that does not take an S, but I guess we should check it. A bot, define Rundlings. Not found. Okay. Let's see here. Bargemen, nice play by David, finding the bingo, 71 points there, and David takes the lead. But 69-point play of Heavy. And Rat Bite comes right back from David. All right, fireworks going off here. And here's the Wiggle special, 3 eyes at once. Hate to see it, but Janul's going to play Zhao for 43. Nice play there. Playing through one of the 3 eyes and scoring a lot. Not a very good draw this time for David. He's ahead by 68, but might need to waste a turn here, just kind of playing through some garbage. You'd love to play something like Meow if you can, but where are you going to play Meow on this board? Maybe Meow? That's only 14 points. It's not great. So not a very good situation here for David, but he is ahead by 68. Rundling's not a word either. You guys are killing me. Oh my god. Yeah, phony number 3 of the match. So 2 phonies by David and 1 by Janul, right? It was Rundling and Scoper for David, and then Kidges for Janul. All right, Uma for 24 is David's choice here, and Janul is in trouble. Oh, Ohaya is a nice play. Unloads 3 of those vowels and scores 18 points. Also opens more bingo possibilities. You got to look at line F now as a possibility for Janul. Oh, and he draws the blank? And he's going to have Inferno in that spot that I just told you. Inferno plays probably something else too. Oh, Confiner is a word. There you go. Confiner for 83. Janul's still behind by a little bit, but it's a closer game now. Wig and wow, retires right out of the bag. Retires, making Swad would be 72 and the lead, and he does find Arteries. That works too. That he does find that. David comes right back. Sogs for 28, and a kind of a strange draw for Janul. He's got the Q and the X. Down by 14 points. There's a spot here for the X, or the Q actually. Maybe you just play QI here. You could play QI or you could play X for more points, but the Q has got to be a concern. There's no more U's, except for the one on your rack, actually. You do have the U on your rack. You could play EX holding onto your QU combination. Oh, towards! Wow, David draws towards. So towards is going to come down, I would expect. Ooh, he missed it. Wow. So David missing towards. But he's still going to be ahead by a little bit. 2 in the bag. Quiet for 48 and the lead for Janul. And 5 tiles left on Janul's rack. It is David to go first in the endgame. He is down by 42. I can't imagine he's going to be able to score enough here. This looks like a losing position. Oh, Dorados is a word, but it doesn't play, right? All right, he goes with Dosa for 26. I don't think that's going to be enough. Janul's ahead. And what does Janul have here? Something like Poof. Does he have to worry about being C-stuck? I don't think so, because it's not as though David can like one tile out or anything and score that much. Although Poof only scores 18. Does that necessarily win? I'm not sure. You can also play FICO. Similar idea. 18 points either way. Oh, FOP is 21, keeping CC. Ford would be 24. That would lose, I think, for David. 473. I think that loses by 1, actually. Ford would put him at 473 plus 12. No, that would lose by 5, actually, I think. Oh, he plays 4. He's going to try to go out in 2 instead of 1. And Janul's got these 2 C's. Actually, this is going to be tough. Where does Janul play a C? He just passes, and now David plays out. I think that wins for David. Wow. Nice job by David Eldar. Going out in 2 instead of 1. Double C-sticking Janul, and he wins the game by 5. 491 to 486. David Eldar gets the win, and we are all... not all tied up, excuse me. We are 5-4 now in the match. So that was a very interesting game. Janul had a chance to win. Would Quaff win? I bet it would, actually, yeah. Taking a look at that endgame. So if you play Quaff, you get 18. You're up by 35. No, sorry, 34. And you've got a C and a P. And I don't think... The other thing is you're not opening this F spot for David to play 4. I think that Quaff would win pretty comfortably. But that was just a hard position, and David had like no time on his clock, neither did Janul. I mean, that was just a really like time-scrambled endgame. Yeah, so just a crazy situation. First of all, I'm not crazy, right? Yeah, David did have towards. So a miss there, but he plays Tawa, he scores 28, and he makes it a very close game. And then Quiet. And then Dosa for David. And then, yeah, CCFOP. Yeah, FOP is the highest scoring equity play. But if you make something like FICO or Poof or Quaff, you score a little bit less. But, you know, FICO and Quaff keep a P and help you score some points next turn. That looks like it's probably going to win. Oh, 4 was blocking Doc. Oh, I didn't think of that. Huh. Okay, okay. All right, let's go on. Game number 10, if I could find it. There it is. Okay. Sorry, game number, 10. Okay. Game 10, I can't even count anymore. It's so tiring watching these games. All right. Outgates is the first bingo. Janul has the lead here, 90 to 20. And not a very good draw for David here. Aurelia just playing through 3 out of those 4 A's. And it's back to Janul, who's got... He's got the X, but what does he do with it on this board? Yes, that's right. Eldar is losing. 5 games to 4 right now, but it's a best of 13, so Janul's still got to win 2 more to close this out. Certainly far from over. All right, Wex. Nice play by Janul, 33. And this time it's David who's getting the first blank, but what does he have? I'm not seeing a word that plays on this particular board. Maybe the bot can help here. Oh, huntable. There you go. That's a word. Bushland and clubhand as well. Wow. All right, blush for 36, keeping A and blank. Yeah, could have played bushland through that same S. Novating for 78, and Eldar's back in this game. Only down by 11 now. I see Rubicon as a very strong option for Janul here into that N. Seems like a good play. Be 33. Not sure what else there is to think about if you see Rubicon. Not a very good... Yeah, he does find it. Nice play. 33 points for that. And David's got the Q. Seems like not a very good Q. He plays Pack for 31, holding on to that Q. And Janul's not drawing well either. He plays Uoi, though. Playing through the vowels, keeping EIT. And he's given David a spot for QI. You could just play QI here, or QIN, actually. Seems better. 25. Oh, QI there is, yeah, 26. Okay, similar idea. And now it's back to Janul, who's up by only 4. 221, 217. Oh, he had Kapik again. He found it last time. Why did he miss it this time? All right, Zeet for 30 points. And Startley, nice bingo by David, taking the lead here. Startley is challenged. It is good. +5 to David. 41 points ahead now is David Eldar. A chance to tie this match 5-5. Very important swing game here, game 10. I'm sure there's something that Janul can do, though. I think... does he have a 5-letter word at all, though? I'm not seeing it. What does he have? Not sure. You could play, like, Viewey. I was going to say Viewey. There you go. 18 points for Viewey. And David has insert plus a J. He fishes the J, keeping insert, and he's pretty likely to bingo. Well, on this board, he might not be. If you have a word ending in ER or ES, it'll play here. So like an E for Nearites or an S for Strines. There's definitely some bingos that could fit there. Looking at the unseen tile pool, there's a lot of tiles that David could draw. He draws the R. Whew, insert plus R is a killer draw. That is not a bingo. He's got to play off the R. He plays it for 4 points. Again, keeping insert. An F for snifter would work. A G for stinger would work. All sorts of tiles. You don't want to draw an I. Okay, F for snifter, that works. So snifter is coming down. And I don't think Janul's got it here. He seems to have drawn a strange rack. 3 E's. I don't think that's going to work for him. Running a little bit low on time as well. Looking like we're going to have a tied series 5-5 in a moment. Not much that Janul can do. Down by a lot of points as well. He plays off an E, but that's not going to help. David just keeps on scoring, and this is going to be a win for David Eldar here. A chance to go ahead in the series now on the line in Game 11. We are all tied up 5-5. This has been quite the series. Just really, really competitive the whole way, and we're down to the final 3 games. It is a best of 3 for a spot in the finals. Another look at your bracket. Here's how things look. We got Janul de Silva and David Eldar playing right now on the left side of your bracket. They are tied 5-5. And the winner of Janul and David will play the winner of Edward Oculitz and Will Anderson. Those 2 guys playing about 3 days from now. That match is happening at 9 p.m. Eastern Time in Will's time zone in the U.S. on Friday night, and 11 a.m. Saturday morning in Melbourne, Australia for Edward. Can't wait for Edward and Will. Those are 2 great, great players with really just fiendish blitz game, both of them. They've been playing very fast and very well throughout the event. Can't wait for Edward and Will. But right now it is Janul de Silva and David Eldar, and they are all tied up 5-5. It is a best of 3 from here. First player to win 2 games out of 3 in these final 3 games will win the match. A lot is riding on these next couple of games. And I don't know. Start off in the chat with your predictions, but I'm just gonna say I'm looking forward to a competitive finish. This has been a great match so far. Janul has played great. David, missing tours is pretty bad, but other than that, playing great. And this has been a really competitive, just really fun to watch series of games. All tied up 5-5 with 2 or maybe 3 still to go. Can't wait to see how this one ends up. This was a fun game. David really chose to really made an interesting choice when he chose to fish with insert, and it missed the first time, but it hit for him on the second time. Just going back to that turn, if I could find it. Yeah, so Rubicon first from Janul, and then... Actually, let's go to the game. Don't want to miss game 11. Here we go. All right. So David Eldar is first, and he plays Weirdy for 34, and looks like Lessened is available here. Ooh, Lessened is missed as a double-double. He plays Endless instead. That might cost him. Lipliner, what a play by David Eldar. Lipliner for 76, a great play. And David's off to a good start. Ahead by 44, and Janul has drawn all consonants. I'm not sure what you can do to play through this. This is going to be tough. I guess you could play Strict. That looks ridiculous. But 12 points keeping NR might be better than exchanging keeping RST. I don't know. Okay, so he plays Crit keeping NRST. That's not bad. NRST can turn into a bingo if you just draw a couple of vowels. Really, you could just draw one vowel as long as there's an open E to play through, which there is. I don't know. It could work out for him. Ooh, he doesn't draw very well. The F and the V are not going to help. So Kaups scores quite well for David, and it's going to be difficult now for Janul. Down by a bingo, drawing pretty poorly so far. Great play by David of Lipliner. Costly miss of Lessened through that E and Weirdy. Endless was a lot worse, and it's going to be a tough game here for Janul de Silva. All right, but he does draw a Sensate or Senates. So he's going to have a bingo here. I think maybe Senates is going to be the highest. Oh, Antaces, that's a better play. 79 points for Antaces, although that actually opens up some stuff for your opponent. Oh, almost Nightjar here. Unfortunately, Nightjar makes some phony twos. CJ and RA. But that's a cool word. What does David actually have? I'm not seeing any great J plays. Yeah, Jaw seems like he's got nothing better than that. All right, so Jaw for 33. David Eldar leads by 46 points. And Janul's drawn a balanced rack. All right, he plays off the Y for 28. And I don't think David's drawn a bingo here, but what can he do with this rack? Not seeing much for him. I think maybe Twite is a word. That would score 26. That seems not bad. It also kills off a potential place for your opponent to bingo. Not that a W is a great floating tile. Okay, right. Similar idea. Keeping, what is that, NT for a leave. Not bad. But Mix, a nice high-scoring play from Janul, and he's right back in this game. Down by 2. 240 to 238. Very close game. David Eldar on turn. Both players with about a minute and a half still to go. Plenty of time. And kind of a tough rack here for David. He plays Man, keeping both L's, though. LLNT is a bad leave. Otaku. Nice play by Janul, playing through his kind of awkward vowels, the A's and the U's all doubled up. And David's still not drawing well here. This is trouble for David Eldar. He's ahead by 14, but he's drawing poorly. And not sure what he's got here. This looks tough. You could just do like foil through this eye. That seems pretty weak. It's only 15 points. But you got to undouble those doubled up L's and O's. Okay, golf. That's pretty much the same play. 16 points, playing off the same 3 tiles. And it's back to Janul, who's down by 30 points. And his rack isn't that good either. So maybe slight advantage here to David still. But we'll see what these players can draw on future turns. Maybe you play Obe here. Score what you can with the B. 22. I'm not seeing much better than 22 on this board. It's going to be tough. Not an easy position. You don't have much time to think about it. You got 55 seconds plus the 1 minute overtime. Okay, yeah, Oba, 22 points, keeping EETU for a leave. And David has drawn a nice balanced rack, but it's not going anywhere on this board. Maybe he just plays Lad, scoring 28, and 28 is better than anything else you're going to do, I think. Not seeing a way to score more than that on this board. Oh, Khotan, very, very nice play. 26 points for Khotan, and Janul has drawn the first blank. Both blanks are still not on the board yet, so a lot of drama still to come, I'm sure. Janul might want to open the board because he got a blank to bingo with, but how do you do that? And how do you do it in a way that's not just like pounced on by your opponent immediately? It's not easy. Let's see here. Not an easy position here. 20 seconds left, plus a minute overtime. I'm sure Janul would love to open the board somehow, but it's just not an easy thing to do. It's a very tough board to open and score at the same time on. Okay, he plays Ugh. That's not bad. 10 points. You have this line 2 open. David has drawn Bleeder with no spot for that. The interesting thing, though, is if one player bingos in line 2, it opens up line 1, and fun stuff can happen. Ooh, okay, so Burette blocks bingos but leaves ZO open. Wow. Janul is right back in this game now. Only down by 6. He's going to go over, but of course David's going to go over as well. Both blanks to Janul. Wow. You just got to find a way to bingo out, which is, of course, easier said than done. 5 in the bag. It's very, very tough to open the board. What can be done? This is difficult. All right, so Ho for 5, but oh, Gilder is going to come down. Wow. So David bingos instead of Janul. Improbable event there that Janul draws both blanks, but David bingos without them. And it looks like David is going to win game 11 here. I don't think there's anything Janul can do. He resigns. That's it. So David Eldar wins game 11, and he is now 1 game away from a comeback victory in this match. Very impressive comeback by David, and he is now on the verge of advancing to the finals. If you're just joining us, you have missed quite a match. It was just a few minutes ago. 5-3, Janul led the match, but David has come back. He won game 9, he won game 10, he won game 11, and he is now ahead 6-5 and 1 game away from winning the match. So very, very exciting stuff here as David Eldar with a chance to complete a comeback win and advance to the finals. If he goes on to the finals, he will play the winner of Edward Oculus and Will Anderson. And we'll talk about the bracket later. It is game time. Okay. Game number, what is it, 12? I've lost count. Game 12. Burette, the opening bingo from Janul. So a must-win for Janul, and he starts strong. 79 with the challenge of Burette from David. So ahead 79-0. On Will for 18 for David, and now the blank drawn by Janul. So a very good start for Janul de Silva. The opening bingo and then the blank on turn 2. I would love to see a 13-game series, and it looks like right now I'm on pace to get my wish. It would be really, really fun to see a best of 13 with a 13 game for all the marbles. But David has the other blank, and he bingos first, actually. Okay. So Rossi for 83, double-double. David takes the lead, but Janul takes it right back with Hefty for 45. Havard for 75. Wow, David bingos again without the blank this time. And I'm not sure what Janul has. Let's see here. I think there might be something through the C. Like, is there something with these letters? I think there might be. Accolade, that's the word. There it is. All right, Accolade for 74. And Janul has a small lead, but David's got the J and the X. He's going to score off the J, and we're all tied up 218-218. And Retinal, Reliant. Do any of these words actually play? Not sure if they do. Looking around for something. Not seeing it. Oh, rat line through the T. There you go. That'll work. And Janul leads by 70 points now. David plays the X for 46, and Dopants doesn't appear to go anywhere, I don't think. Notepads, tone pads, those don't quite fit. Pintados, satin pods, those don't fit. I don't know if he's got anything here. I just don't see it. But you don't need to bingo necessarily. You are ahead by 24. If you just play like penned or something, you score 30, you take out the triple, you got an okay leave, you're in decent shape. So you don't need to bingo necessarily. I don't think there's any other 7 besides Dopants, right? It's just that one. Yeah, so just Peon seems fine. And now, what has Janul drawn here? After Waz for 68, David actually leads. And I'm not sure what Janul's got here. This is tough. There's still this open triple-triple through the H, but it's a very hard triple-triple to use. More than likely, Janul's going to look for other places to bingo on this board. It's not easy to do. Janul's now down by 17 after the Z-bomb from David. And tough position. He plays hid for 21. So he leads by 4, 336 to 332, but David keeps on scoring, and now Sally Gott doesn't appear to go anywhere. Sally Gott making ARG, which is probably what I would say if I realized Sally Gott didn't play, is ARG. This is tough. I don't think Janul's got a bingo. He's down by 40 points now. He probably needs to bingo. I see a suggestion of Clog in the chat. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Clog here with all the overlaps making 28-point play. Yeah, that's not bad at all. All right, Tog for 6. Really going for a fish. And did he draw it? Is Timbles a word? I'm never even sure of these things. Timbles is a word, yes. So he has drawn Timbles. Even if you're not sure, you got to try it here. He does play it. Wow, 72 points for Timbles, and we got ourselves a game. 404 to 401. Janul's got 24 seconds. He's still behind by a little bit. He's got to play fast. He plays Vi for 20, leaving 4 in the bag. David plays Rux. David leads by 40 in the endgame. I think David's got this. Aga for 25. Shouldn't be enough. I don't think Janul's going to be in this game anymore. I think David's going to pull ahead here in the endgame. He's got plenty of time. Wow, look at that time. David's got 1:45 to look. He can slow down and ensure that he's got this game won. So David leads by 15 points. Janul's last 4 tiles are feed, F-E-E-D. First of all, I don't think feed really goes anywhere. Second of all, even if it does, David's got a great rack. He can just score decently in the end game and outrun whatever Janul does. Pioneers, very nice play, 29 points, and that should do it. 493 to 449, and Janul's going to run out of time. And that is your match. David Eldar, in dramatic fashion, comes back and wins the match 7-5. He was down 5-3. He wins 4 in a row to win the match in 12. 7-5 is your final. Congratulations to David Eldar. You are going to the World Blitz Scrabble Championship Finals. Let's go to the bracket. So David Eldar, 7-5. Go ahead and fill in the scores on the bracket, and we can show you guys how the bracket looks. So 5 wins for Janul and 7 for David. And we go on to the finals with David Eldar filled in this spot on the left side of your bracket. So congratulations to David. A very impressive comeback win. He takes the match in 12. And it'll be David advancing to the finals, and he will face the winner between Edward Oculus and Will Anderson. Really, really exciting stuff. Really enjoyed this match. Very, very close, competitive the whole way. It was Janul leading 5-3 midway through the match, and then David wins the last 4 to win the match 7-5. And it'll be David against either Edward or Will in the finals next week. It's going to be a lot of fun to see this final match between David and either one of these guys because they're both great players. So we began the World BlitzChamps Championship with 80 players, and we have 3 left. It'll be David Eldar, Edward Oculus, or Will Anderson taking on the title, one of those 3 guys. And I just can't wait. So it's going to be Edward versus Will. That's going to take place at 9 p.m. Eastern U.S. time on Friday night. That is 11 a.m. Saturday morning in Melbourne, Australia. So if you're a fan of Will or Edward in their respective time zones, that's when you can tune in and watch it. It's Friday night / Saturday morning. And so tune in then to this very channel right here, twitch.tv/Coco Scrabble, and you can find out for yourself who will advance to face David Eldar in the finals. It'll be either Edward Oculus or Will Anderson, and either way, it's going to be a great final. Cannot wait. Going to be a great final for sure. So I want to say thank you to you all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this match. I want to say congrats to David Eldar on advancing to the finals of BlitzChamps, and congrats to Janul de Silva on one heck of a run. He beat Jacob Teitelbaum, he beat Alison Shin, and he came very, very close to beating David as well. So a very impressive run from Janul, but it is David Eldar advancing. So congrats to David once more. Really impressive stuff. Really enjoyed watching you work, David. On that note, I'm going to actually send a raid to David so you can watch him on Twitch because he is actually streaming live right now as well. And you guys can watch whatever post-match content he's got planned for you. I don't actually know what that is, but you can find out. So enjoy David's stream. But for now, I'm Evans Clinchy. I'm signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed this match. Hope you guys will be back in 3 days' time for the next one between Edward and Will. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Have a nice night.